Okay, guys, I have a few things in from craft day. I know I had a lot of things that were kind of early and people asked me like how I get in on that, and I always mention it in the videos, so maybe I'll just say at the top here. Whenever there's a craft day coming up, I always just watch HSN's webpage like 4 days before, 3 days before, 2 days before, the day before, because a lot of times they'll have coupons, and some coupons are for card holders only that have the HSN card, and some are for everybody. And if it's for everybody, they email it to you either way, but sometimes it'll be on the very front of their HSN page. But I've had many times where that's the case, and even if you don't have a card, you still have to be offered it. It's kind of weird, like, yeah, I don't know why. It still has to come to like an email to you, even if there is a code at the thing. It's weird. But you can always pay attention to those. And so if there's a good coupon, or if the item's already marked down and I have free shipping, I'll go ahead and order it early. So that's kind of why I get things early. Also, I live in San Diego, and there's a Fontana warehouse that usually holds all like the Anna Griffin stuff, a lot of crafting things. And so I pretty much the day they ship it, I get it the next day. So that's another reason it's pretty fast. Except for when I buy like, for some reason, makeup or shoes. A lot of times I'll buy boots and things like that on HSN. They come from like Tennessee or New Jersey, and it always takes forever. So some of these things have already shipped, some other items, but they are coming from Tennessee. I'm like, bummer, because that one takes a while. I don't know why. It always takes like a week or a week and a half. And I guess, I don't know. So these things I did order. I ordered everything the day before craft day, because pretty much everything I wanted was already up at the end, towards the end of the day, because Anna Griffin kicked off the day early. So whenever they do that, normally they release like whatever they're gonna release. So I didn't really order anything on craft day because I already picked everything up that I wanted. So these are the things that are already in, and again, because I got a day ahead, really, on these. But like I said, I do have a few things coming in from Tennessee. We'll see when they get here. And if I sound under the weather, it's because I am. And thank you guys for saying, sending well wishes, because I've already been sick for a couple days. And asking about Miranda. And yes, I had to pick her up early from school yesterday. The day before that, I kept her home because over the weekend she had a cough and a fever. The fever went away Sunday, so I was like, cool. Like Sunday morning, she didn't have a fever anymore from Saturday night. I'm like, all right, awesome. She went to school Monday and Tuesday, but then Wednesday I was like, that cough is just ridiculous. So I took her to the doctor. He checked her lungs, he checked her ears. Everything's great, like around 1 o'clock. You know, okay, if the fever comes back, let me know. Just bring her back in. Okay, so I don't mind that. I don't really like to give antibiotics if they're not necessary, right? So we get home, and I'm not kidding, like around 3:30, she started running a low temp, right? Like 99.5, and I was like, oh my gosh. Gave her medicine. She felt better, so I was like, awesome. Still not really coughing, you know, just a little suppressed, but still coughing here and there. Sent her to school yesterday morning, and then like at 10 o'clock I got a call or whatever it was. I was on the crafty chat there in the Crafter's Companion live chat video, whatever it is that they were showing yesterday. And I had to go get her, and then the doctor had a cancellation at 1, so I was able to get her right back. And he's like, oh my gosh, she's so different today from yesterday, because like she was so bad. And then her fever was like 102. Oh my gosh, which is the highest it was the whole time. Like the highest fever she had was like 100, so 100.5, something like that. So antibiotics, Sudafed, ibuprofen, and Tylenol, and she's much better. So you always know whenever they have antibiotics, the first dose, like after that, is like you feel way better. So she got her second dose this morning, and she has to keep dosing for 14 days. Yay! So we'll see. But anyway, and she's doing better. She's doing great. So thanks for asking. So that was something real quick there. So this is the Edgeables by Crafter's Companion double-sided dies. So this is Edgeables and double-sided dies, and I think I'm going to review these right now in this video because it seems like they're kind of quick to use. They only have 2 sides and it's only 1 die per set. So basically it's just to put like borders. It's kind of interesting, and then they have a auto ship that goes along with it, and I love auto ship, so whenever it's like that I always add it and then I think about it later. So I do have this. This is not my favorite design, but I did like the hearts and I did like the butterflies, so we'll try these out. I think these are $29.95, and I'm not sure how much the auto ship is going to be. I'm assuming like probably $19, because in the auto ship there's only 2 of them. I don't know. Again, plus tax and shipping, so that makes a difference. Oh, some more double-sided ones here. We have, these are like a larger kind of background. I wonder if I should do both of them in this video, because again, it's not the biggest deal. There's one piece, so it's just 2 sides, and it does something like this. So this is create a card butterfly kaleidoscope, and then we have retro floral. It's okay. This one reminds me kind of like a handkerchief pattern, even though it doesn't really have like that little I can't remember the name of those things. Like a handkerchief, it goes like this. what's it called? It has a name. And I'm sure somebody will let me know because I always forget. Have my little brain farts here. And then we have the butterflies, which are really pretty. And it looks like there's more layers than that. It's because basically you can put a background piece of paper and then the 2 layers that this cuts, right? So the 3rd layer is you just cutting some paper, okay? I don't remember if that had an auto ship. I don't believe so. I think that was just what it was. And then a lot of things were on extended delivery as soon as they hit the web page. I don't know why. I mean, it happened with pretty much every thing they brought on, and some of those things have shipped already for me, and I know from some people that there's things haven't shipped, so I don't know what's going on with that or what that's about, but hopefully things will ship soon. This is a cutie one. Okay, so Sarah previewed this, and of course everyone's like, for box dies. So this is a pop-up box card. Now I have pop-up box dies from everywhere, right? Do we even have one from them already, or did I make it from scratch? I guess I must have made it from scratch. But you know, like Sizzix, all kinds of different companies, AliExpress, I mean, Lawn Fawn, like we have our pop-up box dies, right? But I wanted to try this out. And I like theirs because you don't have to stick this little tab in here. It slides in. So I do like that because a lot of times when you do the little sticking them inside the box, if you guys remember, you put like these little papers that you actually add these things to. When you go to fold it, sometimes it unsticks and it's really annoying. So this is cool because it'll be in there, it'll be slotted in there, and then you can put something to cover it up, a panel, or just whatever you want to do. So we will definitely review this. And this came with an auto ship, and the auto ship is so cute, especially the fairy one. So that's really why I got it, because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that fairy auto ship. And then, I mean, there's a bunch of cute ones, but the fairy one was really adorable. So this has your stamps and dies. So I'll do a review on that because it's a cute set, and of course it's a little bit complicated, but not really. It doesn't have a bottom cutting piece, so you can make it tall or however high you want, basically. So that does mean that you're gonna have to cut your paper a certain way. You're gonna have to go ahead and extend the lines here, you know, your scoring lines and stuff like that. So we'll definitely do that in a separate video. Oh, this little LDRs set is adorable. This is also on auto ship. When I saw it came up, I'm like, I don't think it'll sell out, because they did put this a day or 2 ahead of craft day, a couple days I think, but it wasn't marked down in price, and I was like, so I just let it sit there. But it did not sell out, but it was on extended delivery, but I still have it here. Super cute LDRs. I mean, look at this stamp set, and it's photopolymer stamps. They're really nice, I believe. Let me make sure on that one, because I'm pretty sure they are. The reason I'm checking is because it doesn't say that on here. Yeah, oh yeah. Usually how I do is I smell it and then I can touch them, and if they're sticky, then you know they're photopolymer. But they're so cute, and look how tiny these things are. That's the only thing I'm a little bit afraid of, because these are so small, and you're gonna color all those little pieces. But look how cute this is. And the little unicorn, this one, he's jumping. So in one of them, they have him like jumping over this little house. So what's cute about this is that it's basically gonna make you a little, a cute card, but basically like a little scene, right? And then each one of these little doors with the die cuts out, or not cuts out, but hinges, right? And then the next one, there's like a tree that's gonna have like little little areas where you can put little people. There's like a teacup turned over, but then what's the other one? A shell looking thing. It has to do with like, well, I don't know. Really cute. So I can't remember all the auto ships that this one, maybe it'll be on here. No, but it does have really cute pictures, really cute images. Oh, that's cute right there. They didn't even use the teapot. They just used the little flowers, and you kind of put them in a circle with the little fairies. Oh my goodness. Adorable. And even this one, they didn't use the thing. They just made a little scenery. And then she's like, and what's cute at the end of the auto ship is that you can put them all together and make a big scene, which I don't know where you would do that or why. Maybe like a decoration, maybe for like your daughter's room. I don't know. But so it cuts these little hinges. Super cute. And then all the dies for everything, even the flowers. So I thought that was really great. And I don't remember how much this ran, but I want to say it was like 25, 30, maybe 29. So we will definitely check that out. And then the last thing I have today before we try out those double-sided dies, which when I saw Sarah using it on the demos, it didn't really cut all the way through. And you guys know I've had that problem sometimes when I do the double-sided dies. And then she, of course, had one already cut. And then, you know, these will pop out and it'll look like this. I'm like, So I might add a shim just to begin with, because it seems like it needed it. I don't know. These guys. So I don't know what to do about, well, I do know what to do about these. They are also available now on Crafters Companion's website. They had a deal the other day, and I don't know if it's still on, for all of them for like 60 something bucks, but with my discount at 20% platinum, I got them for like, well, not all of them. It was for 8 sets. 8 sets. I think I paid 54 bucks plus the stamps. It came with the stamps too. And this right here in my hands was 40 bucks, but it has an auto ship, and I'm like, I want to get on the auto ship. So I don't know what's gonna happen. So I did order the ones in Crafters Companion because I was like, that's a great deal. I mean, literally 4 of the sets that I got in Crafters Companion were in the HSN auto ship. Some of them were together and some of them were like every other month. So I'm like, ugh. So basically what I have to do is keep an eye out if I cancel this, or obviously I'm gonna return this, if they cancel my auto ship for the ones that I didn't get, which I think were like awesome, and some other ones. But again, these are available on Crafters Companion website. HSN doesn't have them right now because they had an auto ship and they don't let you get on the auto ship. So I think it says sold out or something. It's not available basically. But it's the word stamp plus the die, and then it has stamps that come with it. Well, actually in here there's like sentiments. I don't know if you can see on the back there, they all come with like sentiments, but they don't come with what they show you here, like these little background stamps. You see how they're, so these are really cute. That's the other thing with the auto ship. It does come with these cute background stamps. So I'm like, maybe it's worth just getting the auto ship, and then I'll like put the rest of them on my store envy just to sell them or whatever, the duplicates, you know. We'll see. These stamp sets. So basically you're supposed to build up kind of like a little background and then put this monochromatic kind of thanks, you know, on there. So I think they look pretty. It was cool. So I don't know what they call these, but it says stamp and die set. So I don't know. Even on this packaging, it doesn't say anything. Okay, well, let me grab some paper and we will try out those double-sided dies. Okay, so I just grabbed some paper. I don't even know. Supposedly purple and yellow are like complementary colors or something. So I just grabbed like this yellow kind of goldenrod color, a deep purple, and some white. Looking at this picture, I just want to let you know, this is not set up right. Like what they're showing you here, they're like, okay, this is the plate, but this first one that has like more detail is like a dark pink, and then this one is like a light pink, and then if you add it together over a black piece, it's gonna look like this. But that's not quite accurate. If you really look at it, can you see that this pink is not the one that has less in this picture? They're flipped. So as you can see, the pink with the little like lines in there, that's the detailed one like this, right? So that should be dark pink. And then this one, the light pink one, should be this dark pink color that they have on top because it's the one that has less detail. So little things like that kind of, because they throw you off, right? Especially if you're a first time crafter and you're like looking at this and you want to just copy it, it's going to end up being the opposite. This one appears to be right. So this one's right. So the lighter lavender color with the details, you can see it's lighter, kind of the butterflies with the little lines, and then the darker color over the top. So that one's okay. But this one's a little bit backwards. And I was gonna do this one, but now that I think about it, I should do the butterfly, shouldn't I? Yes, we should. All right. So let me see how big this is. I was trying to see if, there's 4.2 by 6.2. I'm like, I can't see. It's usually on the back of the package, but it's right on the front. And then it has little information. Use the release holes in the die and a gentle tap with your hand to release the die cut elements from the die. Avoid tapping the dies against hard surfaces. This may damage the dies. So I guess there's not really, well, we'll see why that note is there. Again, it said 4.2 by 6.2. I think I'm going to do the white in the background, and I'm going to do the purple on the very top. So I want the less, so, okay. So on this side, you can see there's kind of like a big butterfly. Even though you see all these other little holes, when you turn this over, this one is only like detail. I don't know if you can tell. It has a lot of like little tiny things. So that is going to be what's in the middle, right? There's a back page that we're just going to cut. This is the second layer, and this would be the third, the top layer. So I am going to, what am I going to do? Just trying to think how I want to do this. Let's do this one, the very top layer. I just want to see how big this should be. We'll cut the white piece in just a minute because I do want that one cut correctly. I just am fussy cutting this to get it going. Okay, so the one with, I don't want to confuse people. We do need those little double-sided cutting plates. They're like, I want to say carbon fiber, but I'm not sure if that's true. But there's some kind of plate that's indestructible supposedly. So we have our cutting plate that we've normally used, and we have that guy. Then we're going to have, for me, the purple color, which is going to be the last, the top the top part. What's weird about this is that, see how it doesn't really cut these. It's going to cut out this whole butterfly. I don't know why the plate has all this extra stuff, because it doesn't do anything. It's just from what's on the other side if you flip it over. But why is it actually like honed? It has a knife, you know what I'm saying? It should just be the holes. It's kind of weird. But anyway, whatever. I just letting you know, because it doesn't look like what you see when you look at the paper over there. And then this one, this yellow one's going to be on the side that has more detail. No big butterflies, but just like the detail. And I better tape that down because I cut that real close. I don't want that to shift at all. So let me tape this down. Oh, whatever that is. And next special plate from the double-sided dies, and this guy. And this is the Gemini Junior, and I don't know if I'm able to use the Gemini Junior with the next one. If you want to make it a card. Ooh, you hear that crunch? That is some crunch. All right, let's see. Hopefully it cuts in the first time. Good Lord. Let's see what we got here. Okay, cut out the outer shape. No problem, okay, that looks pretty good. What I'm probably gonna do is go through and give it a little scrubby scrub with this, because mostly everything's popped out. I don't think anything's really hanging on there. It looks like everything's ready to go. Might have included a paper shim. Oh my gosh, this one's so cute because look at all the little flowers that get, the little butterflies that end up getting cut out. You know what I'm saying? Like all these little butterflies right here would be cute to use as shaker card filler or anything else. Okay, so let me just release all these things and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished kind of cleaning them out, so there's a bunch of stuff stuck here. I'm gonna get a scrap piece of paper because basically I'm gonna layer these two together. That's really pretty. But for this guy, since it's kind of delicate and all that, I'm gonna use the dotty, oops, runner here. And basically just run along here and there. Obviously try to get the very edges really well. So anything extra that doesn't catch paper, the purple paper, it'll just go through to the white paper and it's not a big deal. So then we have a nice way to stick it down without having glue all over the place. You can also spray it with your thing, you know, this the Dollar Tree spray, right? The beacon spray. You can run it through your Xyron, whatever you think you want to do with that. And these should layer right on top of each other. So I'm going to try to do left and then up and down, and then just go ahead and lay it out the rest. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I think for the base paper, look how pretty. That is pretty. These colors together do look really pretty. And I guess I missed a couple little dots. Before you stick this down on your base paper, you better get rid of all those things, because right now you can still kind of clean it up. But once you stick it to your background paper, obviously you're not going to be able to poke through. I think I got everything. Okay, and then I'm just going to, it says it's 4.2, whatever that means, by 6.2. So I'm going to cut a piece of paper. Oh, I didn't even realize this had a bone folder, or a bone folder, but a marking tool. That's funny. Seriously, I've had this for how long? I've never even looked at that. I'm going to cut my paper at 4.5 by 6.5. That way, whatever that 0.3 extra, or I don't know what 0.2 means, but I'm just going to go 4.5. 6.5, because it's 4.2, 6.2, whatever the extra is, it'll be evenly distributed, you know? And then 6.5, again, I kind of have to eyeball it because this thing ends at 6.25, really, like right there, maybe. Yeah, because see, it's the same. As long as I center it, we'll have a good amount around each corner. Of course, you can just measure this like with a ruler and know exactly how big this is. So we'll do that, and let me bring that scrap paper back. It's not really scrap paper, but I was using it to do another project. So let's get this all over, and I'm just gonna go all over this thing. That should be good. It's a little bit sticky because the stickiness that was there before. And we'll put this. So again, it is kind of an odd size, because if you're gonna use this for a card, your card should probably be a 5x7 card, because otherwise this is kind of big, right? Even at the 4.2 by 6.2, this is larger than your standard A2 size card. So, and then you can just always make a regular, like this could be the card, right? It could be 6.5 by 4.5 inch card. But really pretty. All right, let's try out the other guy. Easy to use. I didn't have any problem with it. It went through pretty much like butter, so not bad. So let me try out the other guys. I'll grab something to try out the edge bowls. Okay, so for this one, I don't know. I might have to use the big guy Gemini, which I would hate to pull out only because, I mean, you know, you guys, I cleaned up here. It's right here. But this thing says 6.1 inches, and this is 6 inches wide. So I'm like, well, maybe it'll still work. We will see. So what I did was I cut a piece of card base that's supposed to be the base card at 6 by 12. So it's just going to be like a 6-inch square card. I hope. Ooh, I should have bone folded that or scored it. Look how bad that scores. It's jeweled cardstock, but it has like a linen feel to it, so it just is kind of chunky. But maybe I'll use that as the back, yeah, because this side looked better. And then I got a piece of the same kind of cardstock, same card pack. It's some old die cuts with a view paper in this really pretty pink color. I don't need this white one. I don't know why this. Oh, this is the. I'm like, I don't know why this is here. And then we're gonna cut the same edges. And then this is going to be kind of tucked back. I don't know if this is going to work. So let's just see. And I don't know which side is which side. Like what, I'm trying to look at this. And this doesn't look very accurate. Because see how it's very light purple? That's what's going to peek out from the back. I don't know what we're looking at. It doesn't show you how to layer it up here. And I didn't watch the demo close enough to know which one's which. So I'm going to try to look at this. The dark purple has more... well, obviously the card's the blue one, so I'm just trying to see which one I need to cut out from that card. I'm going to say this side. So see how this side has a lot of detail? And it's mostly like just little butterflies here and there. But on this side, it has the cutting edge. That's what's going to give it away for you. This little edge right here stops here, begins here. So that's the cutting edge. And on the other one, it's just, it doesn't matter because you're going to tuck that in yourself. But what I want to see is if this is going to work. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think I'm gonna have to bring out the big boy. This makes no sense. Yeah, it's just a little bit too big for this one, which is a real bummer because that means I have to. Okay, let me regroup. Let me get my big Gemini out, and then I'm gonna get the big cutting plates, which I've never even used, but I do have them. I have to find them, and we're gonna use the big guy. It's actually kind of funny because I think the only time I've ever used my Gemini, the large one, was when I did a review here on my channel about die cutting machines. I hadn't even opened it yet, and so I opened it for that, and I've never used it again. So let me put this to the side. Ooh, that's the other bummer, is I need to use the big cutting plates, because, well, you know what? No, I don't. Hopefully these are the same. We'll see. No, I do. I do. No, that doesn't make any sense. In my head, I'm like, well, you can still use the double-sided small plates. You don't have to have the large ones, because if you run them through your machine this way, you know what I'm saying? And in between the plates, you can still use the small plates without needing the bigger plate. And I'll show you what I mean by that in just a second. Let me find my big plates. They are behind me. Again, I've never used them, so I'm trying to... let's see here. Okay, so... I was right. I was thinking about, I'm like, I can always use, sorry, these things were just, I was looking for my cutting plates. I can't find them. I bought a new set, right, in a haul not too long ago. And the ones they came with, the Gemini came with, and I can't find either set. You know what? I think I might have just, no, I don't know. I'll have to look harder. But for the same reason I told you guys, you can still use the smaller, these guys, you can still use the smaller plates. You just have to run them through in this direction. You can't put them through this way because they won't alert the sensor, right? It won't work. But in your large Gemini, you can run them through this way. So I'll just use these plates. Ay, what a bummer. Okay, so again, we want our cutting edge. Now this is gonna be hard. I'm gonna do it this way. So we have our little cutting edge, and you can't really see where it cuts at the end, but what you're gonna do is kind of eyeball it. There's like little marks here, and just put it to the very edge of your paper, right? So I'm gonna put it almost to the very, very edge. And I'm going to put a little bit of tape, even though it's going to cut away, but that's okay. Actually, it won't cut away if I put it here. Okay, so I'm just trying to keep it steady. Then the top one, I cut this one a little bit smaller than 6 inches square, like literally a 1/16 of an inch smaller, just because I'm going to end up tucking it behind this one. You'll see what I mean when I get there. This is going to go inside. So I just cut it a little bit smaller so that it won't just kind of be in the way or be kind of annoying there. So I'm going to try to leave this there. So we have cutting plate, carbon plate die. We have our other cutting plate. And then we have the last regular Gemini cutting plate. And I'm gonna run this through my machine, and I'm gonna do this off camera because my machine's down on the floor because I just put it there. But I'm gonna run it like this, okay? So it's gonna feed into the large Gemini in this direction. Not this direction, obviously, but this direction. And this should work, so we'll see. Yay! I didn't have to use the large plates. On some of them you do, right? If you have a die that's huge, like the double-sided box dies, you need the bigger guy. And everything just kind of slid off, so that should be that. Hopefully that was, I don't know if it cut all the way through. We'll see. Oh, I think it did. This is weird. Oh, you know what? Sorry, guys. Well, like I said, I didn't watch the tutorials, I don't know anything about it. This one just cuts out this piece. You don't even, it doesn't matter. This piece cuts out completely, which is odd because on these other ones, sorry if I've confused anybody, the piece doesn't cut out. You have to tuck the piece of paper behind the other one. So hopefully you can see how this is like the lavender color, right? The card. That purple that's behind it was a piece of paper that's tucked in behind. So you would still do the technique I just told you. But for this particular one, you're just gonna layer up these little butterflies over this. That's interesting. So this particular one is a little bit different than the others, okay? But again, like I said, you would still use the same technique if you were using the other dies, okay? You're gonna, what would have happened is, let's say that would have stayed there. Let's say the butterflies had stayed here. You would then tuck it behind here, and then you would see through, see how you can almost see through, to the other parts. But this one is different. Sorry. Okay, I just want to make sure I get everything out of the way. I don't think I like that as much. I like the other design better because it just is easier. So now I gotta, again, stick these down. No wonder that one was a little bit confusing when you're looking at it. I'm like, how do they get the purple? It doesn't really make sense, but duh. Sorry guys, I chose the wrong one to showcase, I think. Well, maybe that's good, because now you know you have to just cut it. So you could have cut your pink paper any size, really, as long as it was the correct length. And so I'm going to just poke everything out. I'm going to use the dotting tool, the dot runner, sorry, again on the back of it, and I'll be right back. Guys, this one is super particular because it's so thin, so really be careful, really hold each section and come through and do your stuff. Maybe this is a better one for the spray because it would just spray on there. Oh goodness. Yeah, that's not what I was expecting at all. So it's pretty. I just was expecting something different. Now we gotta line this up. So apparently what you're gonna do when you stick this down is leave a little bit of a blue edge around the butterflies. They don't go right to the edge, okay? Let me try to bring this back down here. And I can already tell you there's something about this that I don't care for, and I'll show you what that is right now. And I'm just laying them like a butterfly at a time because this is so along the edge again I'm leaving a little bit of blue, oopsie, around the die cut. In the center it's more like right there, but around the edge you gotta let, ooh, that's hard on the eyes. It's very bright. But what I want to see how I laid it down so that there's a blue edge, but the center ones you just basically leave it so that the center, like over here, it's right on there. There's no like space around it, but here there was. So what I don't like is that edge gets burnished in here, right, from the other side of the cutting thing. So there's like some little marks there I prefer wouldn't be there, but they are. Not the biggest deal. I'm sure you can cover up something else. Now if we wanted to now slide in, let's say, a white piece of cardstock or something behind this. Let's say I cut a piece of cardstock there. It would be obviously more obvious. And again, I mean, that's basically it. You would have to cut a piece the same size as this piece of paper here. So there's that one. Sorry for the little mix up, but again, the procedure would be the same or be good for the other types that came in the kit. And for this one, you're cutting your own little thing that you're gonna stick on. So that's kind of interesting. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that showed you a little something about these dies, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.